I don't usually do TMZ material. I usually don't do celebrity gossip, but this one's kind of going on and on. This one's kind of getting ridiculous though. So now this was getting ridiculous only because the person refuses to retire, Madonna, and so this one keeps on going on because she just doesn't know when to go off to her mansion and do that sort of thing. So be low key, low profile, because she doesn't know how to do that. So okay. So even Tiger Woods is having trouble walking away from the golf course, and but he realizes he can't compete with the younger people, so he's like, oh shit, yeah. Well, it's different. Maybe you could be an old singer. I know what Madonna's thinking. She's thinking like Stevie Nicks. She's gonna go until 70 and 80, and she's gonna be like an old crooner or something. Like she wants to be that, like, legacy, that sort of thing. Yeah. But probably can't be a pop star anymore or rock star if you keep falling off the fucking stage, if you keep busting ass. It's just not a realistic possibility anymore. So she keeps busting ass. Also, when you're 65 years old and female, now you might have wanted to see Suzanne Summers butt naked at 70 or 80. That probably would have been all right. All right, Dolly Parton, maybe at 90, maybe kicking it, maybe still rocking the titties. I don't know. I don't know how long women's bodies stay hot. Chicks stay hot. I don't know how long, that occur. That is. How long can they be sexually attractive butt ass naked? Well, I'm not sure. I'm sure some people know, but it's probably different for different women, right? It depends on their attractiveness and all that. So maybe Dolly Parton she gets older, she looks more attractive butt naked. And Linda Carter, Suzanne Summers, Kathy Lee Gifford, she looks pretty hot for 70 or something, right? Yeah, she looks, she was always a really attractive woman, and she's aging pretty well. So, but most people don't want to see Madonna and Cher in their 70s dancing around in thongs and scantily clothed and with cleavage and all this. It's just a natural fact. But that not only goes for the women, but for men too. So everybody ages. And so some more gracefully than others, obviously, depending on their diet and all that stuff. Exercise, medical conditions. There's a lot of variety of factors. Genetics, of course. So, family history, genetics. Yeah, a lot of complex factors involved with fitness and age, longevity. Who was Madonna? When I was growing up in the 1980s, she was one of the first big pop stars, female pop stars. And then Michael Jackson was one of the first big African-American pop stars, the king of pop. So that's who they were in the 1980s when I was growing up. During the Ronald Reagan years, if you will. And yeah, she exuded sexiness, exploiting a platform that was new at the time. I guess it was like the proto YouTube. Music television. So, revolutionary at the time. What if we put videos and music together? And they were like, whoa! It was mind-blowing for the time. But along with that, of course, you had to have image. So then image became a thing, increasingly. Like, people wanted to see who was making the music. People wanted to see their fashion, their style, all this other kind of stuff that really doesn't have much to do with the music. But style and image and lifestyle. And that became almost eventually more important than the music itself. Back in the radio album days, if the artist didn't do a lot of performances, a lot of times the people wouldn't even know what they looked like because they just hear them on the radio and records and buy the records. And then sometimes maybe people that bought the hit records, they see the artist or the people in the band, they'd be like, oh my God, that person or that woman, that guy's butt ass ugly. Especially maybe like Steven Tyler and Mick Jagger. They have like these big ass fucking gigantic fucking mouths, right? And I mean, it almost looks like a fucking, I don't know, a horse or some shit. I mean, it's wild. And then a bad analogy was saying horse. I meant like a shark's mouth, like a big ass mouth, you know, tons of big ass teeth. Well, I mean, they gotta have mouths really that big. They gotta have a big chamber going on to sing all that. You know, that takes a lot. So at least have to have a nice diaphragm. Probably the big mouth helps to project the sound, I think. Yeah. So Madonna. Yeah, Madonna's trick is that she was never beautiful in the first place. She was just average. But she used MTV to accentuate and to create this character that was sexy, and she was trying to be like Marilyn Monroe, or she was trying to be like some super babe, but it never really happened. It was more of an idea. It was more of a presentation. It was more of an act. So, but she was a genius in her time for getting into the game, for exploiting the new music television, and becoming a female pop star that was pretty successful for her time. And iconic, even, I suppose, a bit. But she's kind of going the way of Liza Minnelli. She's becoming like she's getting so much plastic surgery. Her head looks like it's bobbling. And, you know, when women in the family, when they say, I want plastic surgery so I can look younger, and cosmetic surgery, I mean, that's a big industry and all that, looking younger, fountain of youth and all that stuff. Hey, have you got the money? I'm not judging you if you do anything like that. But if you turn your head into plastic, yeah, that is kind of like, yeah. So that is kind of disturbing. But if you're just erasing wrinkles and veins and stuff like that, I'm just like, yeah, of course. Of course. But if you're turning your head and your skin into plastic cheese, then I'm kind of concerned about you, like Madonna, of course. But at the end of the day, somebody has money and they spend it how they like. People have money, they spend it like how they like, you know, for the most part. Maybe except for the other critical one would be like the U.S. government, taxpayer-funded stuff. But for the most part, in terms of personal finance, people have money. They spend it on what they like, what they want to do. And so if it's Aunt Trudy's last 10 years to live, and she decides to spend most of her time trying to get plastic surgery and cosmetic surgery, well, you know what? It's her money. So, you know, at the end of the day, really, none of my business. None of my business what people want to spend their personal finances on. That's totally in their purview and prerogative, if you will. So, Madonna, she tried to be edgy for so long. She would try to provoke responses using the music television. Try to provoke religious people. Try to have social justice conversations about race and taboos, and she was trying to break cultural taboos. She was trying to push the envelope in her music videos and her albums and all that. And sometimes it worked, and then sometimes it was just like cheese. It's like crap. It's just like garbage. And most of the time it was hot garbage. And so maybe back in the day it was edgy. Oh, there's a white woman and a black guy. Whoa! Maybe that was in a certain time in America, that was like, I can't believe this music video. This is incredible. But I think not all cultural taboos are gone from society or the world, however, or stereotypes for that matter. But the days of really, really, really shocking people through, I can't say the days of shocking people through art and through expression are over, but most of that stuff has been done. You know, it's not exactly what I would call original, you know. Guess who's coming to dinner? After a certain time, it becomes boring and tedious. So, I appreciate artists and people that are trying to push the envelope in social justice or society or cultural taboos, societal taboos, etc. But it's kind of like boring. Yeah. Now. The days of like, you know, some guy's 40 and he has a 25-year-old girlfriend and the people are like, oh my god, their age difference so big. Like those days are kind of over now. You know what I mean? Like that was something that cultural taboos, age differences, race, ethnic, I mean, you can still play it, I guess, but it's kind of old. Actually, I think the last frontier is in technology and space. That's where the final frontier really is. But you don't have to ask Captain Kirk, you know. Now, seeing Madonna in a G-string might have been cool in 1985. Maybe in 1992, Madonna wearing Exotica black nipples would have been awesome. Not so much now, though. Maybe some of us out there still would imagine that Dolly Parton would look good naked at 80. But probably we wouldn't like what we were unveiling, you know, what we were unpackaging. So definitely Dolly Parton, one of the most gorgeous women of all time, and very talented also. So I think I look at Madonna as a high IQ opportunist And so she was at the right place at the right time to do what she did. And it was pretty genius to exploit, to become that successful in the 1980s, using music television as a visual vehicle to try to break cultural and societal taboos and push envelopes. But yeah, I think that Madonna should retire. Should the Rolling Stones retire? I mean, should it be a double standard for men and women? It's just kind of like, I mean, Mick Jagger isn't going to torture me with being 80, and he's not going to take off his shirt and be in a Speedo. Is the kind of the difference. So I wouldn't mind if the Rolling Stones go into their death, because that's obviously what they're planning to do anyways. But I mean, he doesn't take off his shirt anymore, and he's not going to wear a zebra thong on stage, so I'm good. I don't have to see his 85-year-old butt cheeks flying, everywhere. So it's cool because he's going to have a shirt and pants on. I think. I hope if I ever went to one of those concerts, right? So. But Madonna's like, don't you love this action? Just like 1983, baby. And I'm like, oh, no. Stop. Please retire. It's like Joe Biden, please retire. I know. Please retire, Joe Biden. Please retire, Madonna. For the love of God. No, they would say, for the love of God and everything you hold dear, and for the holiness of Jesus. What was Madonna's biggest hit song? Was it like a Virgin? Or was it? It was. Can't really. Madonna's biggest hit song? It was Like a Virgin. Yeah. Like a nursing. Touched for the 10 millionth time. Like a nursing. Ho ho oh. Alzheimer's. I busted my ass. Like a nursing. I was trying to rhyme it, but I couldn't really think of the right word. Because, nothing elder. Like a senior. Busting my ass on stage. Like a nursing. Yeah. Touched for the very last time. Yeah, Madonna. So, I guess she's gonna try to keep on going. I guess doing something. Yeah, I don't know if she has enough material. I mean, she might have enough fans worldwide. Sometimes you could have this strange phenomenon where you could have more fans in a different country, and than even your own. And so maybe she has these massive fans down in South America, and she could keep it going until 80. But in the States, it's no one really cares about her music or anything anymore. It's kind of, a lot of it's just pop, girl pop, drivel anyway. It's just kind of crap. And not many good songs in her repertoire, let's say. So, yeah. Not much money in that brain bank, I don't think. So God bless, best of success. But yeah, no one wants to watch this, slow motion train wreck play itself out. Definitely people don't want to watch Joe Biden play itself out for the next, 4-something years. 4 to 7 months. 4 years, 7 months. Whatever. So, peace. God bless.